other side of this Skype conference call is Jim Schaefer, and Jim is with ParkPod out in San Francisco. And we want to talk to him about their recent announcement and then what they sort of see as the future of public charging from their perspective. So welcome to EV World in glorious living color.
couldn't be happier to be here. Thank you so much, Bill.
Well, it's great to have you. This is actually the second Skype video conference that I've recorded. The first one was actually with a group in Madrid, Spain.
Oh, well, those are big shoes to fill. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm expecting a lot from you.
I don't speak Spanish, but I know a few words.
Well, fortunately, it was all in English, so that helped. Anyway, let's start here. Let's start off by having you tell us a little bit about who ParkPod is.
Well, it's
ParkPod. I'm sorry.
ParkPod, and ParkPod has been developing, designing, and engineering electric vehicle charging solutions, and I want to emphasize the word solutions because we're not just about hardware, for about 18 months. And we were able to commercialize our technology here in the last 6 months in Europe and about a month ago in the United States with an installation we're very excited about at the Hilton Hotel in San Francisco. So we are a dual California and German company. We try to conjoin German engineering and all it's known for with California design.
Right.
And we think the result is a great looking set of chargers from residential to commercial models. And right now we're partnering with private sector and some public sector entities to build out the infrastructure for early adopters of electric vehicles.
Okay. Now, this obviously began in Germany. Was that sort of the catalyst for it, and the San Francisco people came in at a later date, or how did that evolve?
We really have a dual identity as a company. Our founding principals are a couple of fellows with deep background as automotive engineers, as well as with electric utility products in Germany. But the same fellows have had presence in California for at least 10 years. So it's really a fortuitous setup for us because we're able to draw on two deep sections of expertise in terms of engineering and design. The result is a product that works great, but it also looks great, which is nice to have.
Yeah. Now, why do we think? I mean, this is, of course, is the mantra of late. I mean, we see General Motors or General Electric getting in with their unit. It seems like style seems to be as important as functionality. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's true to an extent, and it's something we always try to check ourselves with. You can get into sort of a design exercise just for the sake of design, just like you can with engineering. At the end of the day, it's about what the consumer wants to use. So you'll note with our designs, they're very aesthetically pleasing, but we could go a lot further. But if we did, it would result in a price point that we don't think is correct for the market. So you'll see bigger players like GE doing the same thing, but it all boils down to what's the price point, and we're in a very early market, so we're putting our best brain power to try to determine what our partners are able to pay for, what they're able to monetize, etc. You'll note with ParkPod, our focus really is on the private sector. We do have public sector entities we work with, but we feel like it's a landscape of different players. Just like any major infrastructure move, you have to have public sector participation and private sector participation. Our emphasis is on the latter, so you can understand why we're concerned about price point.
Right. Now, are these units being manufactured in Germany? Are they being manufactured here? Or how's the manufacturing side being done?
Our facility is in Germany, but all of administration, sales support, service, etc. is in the United States for the U.S. market.
Oh, okay, for the U.S. market. Then they have a separate one in Europe then as well then.
That's right. We have mirror organizations in Europe and the United States.
Right. So sprechen Sie Deutsch?
A little bit.
Okay.
Does that answer your question?
Kleines bisschen,
Yes. My German colleagues speak English much better than I speak German.
You speak German, yeah. That tends to be the way it is, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the business model here. You sort of touch on that by discussing the private public partnerships that are necessary. How do you see this rolling out from your perspective? Do you are you looking? I mean, we've got a couple of companies, the Ecotalities of the world, that have basically got a lot of public funding to help deploy charging networks and things like that. And then there are companies, such as yourself, and there are any number of competitors now in this field, not only in the United States now, but increasingly in Europe as well, that weren't in that train of funds. So how do you see this unfolding for you guys?
Well, first of all, we think it takes all kinds. When we see Ecotality or Coulomb or someone like that receive a lot of government funding, that may not be our angle, and there are reasons for that, but we're all for it. And here's why. This is a very new market. No company wants to do all the heavy lifting in terms of market validation by themselves. So, we really look at our competitors as kind of shipmates. We're all in this together. From our perspective, we're very open to public customers or partners. In fact, we have a few. But our angle is that consumers, the folks who buy these vehicles here in the next year, 2, 5 years, are going to want to be able to charge in a convenient way. Of course, home charging for most people is going to be the primary form of charge. But it's just like when the internet rolled out. At some point, 12 or 15 years ago, some folks in the hotel industry realized, business travelers and eventually non-business travelers are going to want to be able to connect to the internet. Why don't we make it easy for them? And you see some hotels offer it for free, and others charge a little bit of money for it, depending on their own business model. Well, that's sort of the field that we're coming from.
Okay.
We want to offer different business models for private sector partners to either offer charging as a free amenity, or to make a little, or to monetize, or simply to learn more about their consumers' behavior. We've got a pretty robust software system in our chargers that interfaces with point-of-sale systems and reservation systems, and it'll tell our partners, say a hotel or a retailer or what have you, a lot more about their consumer behavior. How long is the individual staying in the store? How long are they? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So in terms of our role in the market, we want to be smart on the business model side and flexible and open and really collaborative with our hotel partners or retailer partners and figure out the best way to make charging convenient to consumers.
Right. So your first one now is the Hilton there in San Francisco. Give us a little bit of what's the backstory on that? How did that evolve?
It's a classic story of folks who have market vision, who are not doing anything unwise in terms of being too early, but our partners at the Hilton, as well as Ace Parking, who's the parking lot operator at the facility, they understand the vehicles are coming. The Volt is coming. GM is doing its nationwide tour with the Volt here in the next couple of weeks, and then the Leaf is right after that. We've got plug-in Priuses that are only about 18 months away. We've got Fords hitting the market. We've got Kodas.
Right.
The market is coming. And so they saw this opportunity to partner with a company like ParkPod that is truly flexible. We did not come into those meetings foisting our subscription model or how we wanted to install it or where we want to install it. We entered those meetings and said, how would this work for you? The vehicles are coming. Would you like to offer it as an amenity? And to these guys' credit, over a period of a few months, our colleagues at the Hilton and at Ace Parking, they realized they had an opportunity to offer an amenity to an early adopter type of consumer and set themselves apart as a major company embracing green, clean technology. And they went for it. And they've done it at precisely the right time. They're going to have consumers pulling into the parking lot here in probably 6 weeks. And the consumer is going to be delighted that they have a place to plug.